If you're choosing between Medicare Advantage and a Medicare Supplement plan, I'm guessing you've heard a story like, my neighbor's uncle got denied a surgery on Medicare Advantage. Let's clear it up today. What is better, Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement? Most people are making this important healthcare decision based on fear and rumors and not facts and data. So today I want to cut through the noise and be brutally honest and clear up all the misinformation about Medicare Supplement or Medicare Advantage. I know everybody talks about on Medicare Advantage you get denied coverage, you can't access the healthcare you need, and I want to address this head on. But before we get there, I want to just make sure we have a basic understanding of what the two options actually are. Because when making decisions about your health coverage, the most important pieces are your personal finances and health situation, which is different from everybody else. So once you have a basic understanding of how these options work, you can tailor it to your needs for whatever's best for you. The easiest way to think about this is that Medicare gives you two distinct ways to pay for your health. The first option is a Medicare Supplement or Medigap plan. Basically, you keep your original A and B Medicare card from the government as your primary coverage. I'm summarizing, but it's basically 80-20, and you pay extra to a company to cover your 20%. Option 2 is Medicare Advantage or Medicare Part C. Basically, you let a private company that's contracted with Medicare take over and manage your Medicare for you. These function basically like a normal health plan that you're used to, HMO, PPOs, except for it's funded by Medicare. So it comes with co-pays for different services, doctor networks, just like a normal health. Now let's go to the real difference between these two options. Stripped down with no fluff. With a supplement, you pay higher premiums, and when you need care, you have very little out of pocket and maximum flexibility with your doctors nationwide because everybody takes original Medicare. With Advantage plans, typically your premium is low or zero. However, you're going to pay as you go with different co-pays. You're trading a lower monthly cost for a little more structure. Now, let's talk about what everybody wants to hear. Does Medicare Advantage deny you access to the healthcare that you need? Yes, it's true. Sometimes procedures get denied on Advantage plans. But here's what people leave out when talking about this. Prior authorization happens in all insurance, including original Medicare, employer, and private plans. A denial does not mean no forever. Most of the time it means we need more documentation, or let's try to have a less invasive option first. And yes, the Medicare Advantage companies are going to try and cut costs because they have a bottom line. However, it is strictly regulated and appeals are pretty easy to do, and approvals happen often after a review. And here's the part most doctors will disagree with me on. For a large percentage of people, especially when you take into consideration their finances and the gaps that original Medicare doesn't cover, Medicare Advantage actually makes a lot more sense. Let me explain why. Cost matters. Not everyone can afford high monthly premiums forever, especially as they get more expensive every year and Social Security doesn't go up at the same rate. And the truth is, unless you need dialysis, chemotherapy, or have multiple hospitalizations with skilled nursing stays in a given year, then the Medigap company or Medicare Supplement plan is collecting more money from you in premiums. On top of that, they consider things like dental, vision, and hearing an extra benefit, as if that's not medically necessary for your health. A critical point often overlooked is that Advantage plans still have a maximum out-of-pocket limit. This means there's a financial ceiling protecting you from high costs and a major health event. Let's be real, supplement plans are amazing for the right person. Supplement is better if you want zero hassle and predictable costs. You live in multiple states or travel a lot and you're comfortable with higher premiums and you hate dealing with insurance approvals. However, Advantage plans are an excellent fit if you don't want to pay out of pocket for your dental, vision, and hearing and don't want to spend an extra $200 to $300 a month. Advantage plans are a great option. The bigger mistake is thinking that one type is better than the other, when really it's one type fits your situation better. So in summary, the system is rigged. They ask you to make the bet, am I going to be healthy or am I going to be sick? And then hedge your bet financially.
The biggest mistake people make is choosing based on fear or a single story, instead of their actual budget, current health needs, and
Plan
lifestyle. If
accordingly
you want
within
help
your
figuring out
health
what actually makes sense for you,
to
click the
cover
link
as
to
much
start building your
preventative care
personalized
as you
plan.
need. Do not overlook your dental, vision, and hearing because you can't afford it, but also don't spend all of your money in health insurance because of a hypothetical illness or situation that hasn't happened. There's other financial ways to cover these catastrophic medical expenses other than just health insurance. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to reach out or comment below any questions you have.